this is going to be a very basic introduction to how C++ programs are laid out. So most C++ programs will start with a directive statement. And this is indicated by this pink color. And our statements here are going to be these black lines. That is a statement. That is our first directive statement. And following that will be our main function. And the main function also has several statements. And those statements will also include keywords. And in most compilers, our keywords will show up as blue, depending on what compiler you decide to use. And we might also decide to have a function call in our program. And that function call would also have keywords. And sometimes keywords are referred to as reserved words. But our function also has statements and a return type. We might also have a loop in our function. And that loop would also have some keywords. And these keywords could be things like declaration of values like ints, floats, doubles. And of course, it's composed of statements. And we might also drop some comments so other programmers will know what we did here. And that will be a line comment. This will be a comment that starts after this statement. And we could put another one in here. So in our loop, this could also be a break statement. And that's going to return us back into our function that's going to return some value. And back into our main function might be most statements until it finally ends with its own return value, assuming it's not a void statement. So we could also comment out our entire program by using one big comment. The compiler is going to ignore all of this. And now, when we get ready to build our program, we have to assume there's no errors, which is indicated by these red lines. So as a developer, most of the time you're going to be fixing these. And after you think you fixed one, two might pop up. So let's assume we don't have any errors. And let's look back at our simplest program. This would be our main function. And this function will print the word hello world. And we're going to talk about what all these statements mean. And remember, statements are these black lines. The compiler will look at each of these statements for correctness. And if you have a problem, you will get an error. Now it's time for us to talk about our real Hello World program from day one in DevC++. As you can see, this is our Hello World example. And you notice the green, the include statement, that's our directive. And this is our main function. And you can see here, we have a cout statement that prints hello world to the screen. And our main function is going to return 0, and that's the end. This is a very basic program, but we're going to talk a lot more about what all this stuff mean in the next video. But I just wanted to show you a quick hello world program. So now it's time for us to move on to C++ keywords and syntax. That is the next video in this series.